Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Dockhouse Rugby Show. We pay tribute to some of Rugby League's greatest players in our Hall of Fame series. This week, we feature William John Boston, better known to you and me as Billy Boston. Billy played 488 games for Wigan following his move from Cardiff, scoring 487 tries. That's almost one try per game. Born in Cardiff, Wales, Billy started his career as a rugby union player before joining Wigan in 1953. He spent 15 years at Wigan and finished his career at Blackpool Borough before retiring in 1970. Billy represented Great Britain in 31 test matches and was part of the team that won the 1960 Rugby League World Cup. On that tour, Billy became a record breaker, scoring 36 tries. Regarded as one of the sport's greatest ever players, Boston scored a total of 571 tries in his career, making him the second highest try scorer in Rugby League history. He is an original inductee of the British Rugby League Hall of Fame, Welsh Sports Hall of Fame and Wigan Warriors Hall of Fame, and was appointed an MBE in 1986. Billy began his rugby union career with the newly formed Cardiff Internationals Athletic Club, the CIAC, and was recently presented with a tie from Welsh great Jim Mills. The young Billy was a big part of the CIAC's invincible season of 1951 and 52, where the team won all 32 games. Billy was attracting a lot of attention and was given opportunities at two famous Welsh clubs, Neath in 1950 and Pontypridd in 1952. However, Billy repeatedly stated his wishes to represent Cardiff, telling one journalist that he cried after signing for Wigan as he knew his dreams of playing rugby union for Cardiff and Wales were over. The lack of an offer from Cardiff remains a contentious issue, as Cardiff passed on other black and mixed race players as well, not only Cardiff International but also the Docks area, people like Johnny Freeman and Colin Dixon, who both went on to have successful rugby league careers, much of which was covered in the critically acclaimed BBC documentary Code Breakers, a must-watch for any rugby fan, whether it be Wigan or Wales, league or union, or even just an interest in humanity itself. It's a must-watch. Billy was called up for national service and served his time with the Royal Signals at Catterick Garrison in North Yorkshire, and was scouted by a number of rugby league clubs. On the 13th of March 1953, Wigan chairman Joe Taylor and vice chairman Billy Gore travelled to Boston's home in Cardiff and offered him £1,000 to sign for them. Although that was a very large offer, Boston's mother rejected it on his behalf. A second offer of £1,500 was made in cash, and the money was spread out on the table in £5 notes to show the family how much money it actually was. Boston later confessed that he still didn't really want to sign the contract, and his mother told him, "Don't worry son, I'll get rid of them for you. I'll ask them for so much money, they'll go home." Boston stated that he still did not want to sign, but his mother had given her word, and Boston signed the contract. This was 3 times the original offer. They really wanted Billy to join Wigan, and I think he repaid them 10 times over for that original offer. You could easily double it again and it would still be good business. Boston made his A-team debut in front of a crowd of 8,000 people inside Central Park, Wigan. He made his first team debut against Barrow in November 1953, scoring a try. 8,000. Some clubs nowadays would like 8,000 for their first teams. On retirement from rugby league, after playing at Blackpool Borough, Billy took over the Griffin Hotel pub near Central Park until his retirement. In 1986, he was appointed MBE for his services to the game of rugby league, and the Billy Boston stand at Central Park was named in his honour. Similarly, the East Stand at the DW Stadium was officially renamed after Billy Boston in 2009. In December 2020, Boston was named as one of 3 Welsh Rugby League players to be honoured with a new statue in Cardiff Bay, the other 2 being Gus Risman and Clive Sullivan. What a great player, and what a great gentleman. I had the pleasure of watching a Saints Wigan derby game in the chairman's suite at Knowsley Road. Me and my co-host Dave Pye, and in between us, the legend Billy Boston. There was just the 3 of us sat there, overlooking a capacity crowd of this big derby clash. It was a surreal experience. His passion for the game was still there. He praised both teams and just enjoyed the game. When me and Dave asked who he wanted to win, he said he didn't mind. He just wants to watch a good game of rugby. He spoke to us throughout and was a true gentleman, passing on nuggets of information and glorious memories of his time as a rugby league professional. So we'd like to honour you, Billy, with this little episode of great sportsmen, great rugby league players, and one of the greatest wingers in rugby league, Billy Boston. The Dockhouse Rugby Show is proud to support the Teardrops Homeless charity. Teardrops, supporting your community.